Okay, folks, welcome back. We have a good episode teed up for you today. A little different episode. We got some trivia we want to go through. I have Jack and Sean joining me on Zoom. Fellas, wave to the fans. Wave to the fans. A little salute there from Captain Agner. Jack and I are taking on Sean in some MLW World Series champion trivia put together by none other than Mark Schultz. So, tried something different this week. Went well. We had a lot of fun doing it, and the questions sort of got more and more challenging to the point where Jack and I were head scratching at times as things went on. So if the first few questions feel like layups, don't go anywhere. Definitely stick around for the more challenging ones as things progress. And yeah, enjoy it. This is the Pipe It Up podcast, and cue the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pipe It Up podcast, the official podcast of MLW Wiffle Ball. We are here. It is April, and I'm actually in the studio after last week's episode. I want to give a round of applause to the production team, the host of this podcast, Kyle Schultz, everybody who stepped up last week amidst the chaos. We put together an episode, though, and Jack, you stepped up in a big way. You took Baron on a little solo date, a little solo interview, and I appreciate that very much after my last second cancellation.
All right, so hand up, did not listen to the second part of the episode, so I really don't even know what happened.
Well,
did you not show up?
Okay, so I did, but it was like I was hoping to be in my home office that I have with my microphone good to go. I ended up taking the call on Zoom with Kyle, Jack, at like 9 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night as I was leaving the hospital I was at. Yeah, it was a double whammy of 15-hour days. So,
well, shout out to you too, but shout out to PB as well then, because that was a brutal turn.
Yes.
I can imagine.
That's why I said shout out to everybody involved. And shout out to the listeners for just being along for the ride, I think. So, what an episode. This should be a little bit more standard, but definitely a fun flair. Jack is joining me, and I also am joined by Sean Huff, a.k.a. Stats Sean. Got the last-second call today to be a part of what should be a fun episode. And really, Jack, our agenda was, and Sean, our agenda was put together by none other than Mark Schultz. So you know we're in for a doozy here, fellas.
Anytime Mark's contributing to the podcast, we're in good hands here.
Yeah, I feel like I should be honored to be involved in an episode with Mark.
That's
even
right.
Indirectly.
Well, Sean, why don't you tell the fine folks at home what I texted you this morning, if you recall?
Let me pull up the text here. So I was sitting at my desk this morning, and I get a text from Tommy at a little before 10 o'clock. Are you free at all this evening? I had an idea for the pod. Told him I'm free. He said, Mr. Schultz sent us a slew of trivia questions that he made. MLW World Series Champions Trivia Modern Era.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that Jack and Tommy are going to play 2-on-1 against me.
So there you have it.
I think that's only fair.
I agree, because I was thinking, I told Jack we have some trivia questions, and he's like, you might outdo me here a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I might, just because I was a little bit more heavily involved there for several years. And then I actually read through Mr. Schultz's original text to me when he proposed this idea, and he actually said you should do maybe 2-on-2, like you and Kyle versus Jack and Stat Sean or something. And Kyle's tied up in an edit today, so then when I read that text back when I was going through his trivia file, I was like, oh, I should ask Sean if he's free. So it all worked out. I got the trivia. I'm looking down a lot for you video listeners, because I got the trivia all tucked into an Excel sheet from Mr. Schultz that he actually has. So even I have not seen the questions. I have an Excel sheet that when I filter by number, there's 32 questions in here. And when I select a number, it then displays me the question. And then on a separate sheet within the Excel book, I can see the answer. So this is as fair as it gets, I'd say. And we might not get through all 32 questions. Maybe we'll go through the first 10 or so, see where we're at time-wise, and then maybe resume this at a later date. But I'm excited the fans can play at home along with us. And I do think that Sean will beat Jack and I, but we will see what happens.
I got to be honest, it's unbelievable that Mark is contributing this to the podcast. I'm a little bit disappointed in us that it's taken us this long to do a trivia podcast. That seems like such low-hanging fruit.
I had texted about one like 3 months ago.
You probably
is that right?
You probably
is that
did.
right?
You probably did. I probably could find the receipt.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So this is pulling it back a little. I briefly had a job writing bar trivia.
Oh,
excellent.
So when I was doing that, I was like, oh, could be a fun podcast. But there was something going on that week, and then it just didn't happen.
we got lost in the mix after we were 2 weeks already pre-planned.
I think it was a BN interview.
A BN interview, which, by the way, fans, Sawyer has requested another interview, Jack. So he wants more.
Oh, man.
He wants more.
Oh, man.
He wants more. But without further ado, let's just jump into this trivia thing. We'll see how it goes. Could be a total flop, but I'm hoping Mr. Schultz prepared some good questions for us, and hopefully we get a little battle here. We'll keep score, and maybe the loser has to do something embarrassing on the podcast, like tell a funny story.
Loser's got to do the Waffle House challenge.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Loser maybe has to eat an Eggo waffle, but
dude,
I'm
as
not
soon as
going
you
back
said
to a
we're
Waffle
gonna
House.
keep score, my mind immediately went to waffles.
Triggered.
I'm not even joking you.
Triggered. Waffle 5, still an iconic team name possibly. All right. Trivia time. We're just going to go in order here. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to the order that Mr. Schultz put them in, but we're just going to start at number 1. And it is a 50-50 question to start. A true or false? True or false? Grant Miller is the only number 1 overall pick to lead their team to a World Series championship in the same year. That's true or false? Jack and I will be collaborating in the chat here. And Sean's on his own trying to sort this out. Let's give about 10 to 15 seconds here for the fans at home to think about this one. I think I have an answer. Let's see if Jack agrees with me in the chat. I think Sean, I just see patiently posted. I think he's confident.
Saw Jack's reaction and started laughing.
I think Jack and I are split decision.
It's because we're divided.
I'm almost... Let me reread the question
I
one more
can't
time.
remember.
True or false?
If
Grant Miller is the only number 1 pick overall to lead their team to a World Series championship in the same year. I have an answer locked in. I'll put it in the chat for record.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of, Tommy, but I don't.
Okay, I have an answer. Sean, you answer first.
Okay. I said false because Jorgensen did.
Boom. I told you, Jack. I told you. I said false,
all right, good,
Jorgie.
good.
It's in the chat. We're not cheating, Sean. Don't worry.
I could not. I did not. I could not remember that he was the number 1 pick.
Jimmy was number 2, correct?
2020.
Yeah, Jimmy was 2.
Yeah, look at me, Jack. I got a big old brain full of football
We
literally
just did the draft.
Thanks to your idea. Yeah. Thanks to your idea, we just did this.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to the Pipe It Up podcast, folks. 1-1
score. We don't have like a timed answer, buzzing in type situation. So it's just going to be points 1-1. Let's move on to question 2 here. See if we can chug through this thing. Question.
By the way, Sean is feeling so good after.
Oh, he's feeling so good after hearing
divide. After the divide between Team Jack and Tom on the first one.
Okay. Question 2. Again, this is modern era. Name the only champion team not to make a draft selection and win the World Series in the same year. Name the only team to do this. I think I have an answer. Let's see if Jack gives me a thumbs up. I'm getting a head shake. Sean, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, my answer is Eagles. Sean?
Yeah, 24 Eagles.
24 Eagles. All right.
Yep.
2-2. I'm not even referencing the answer sheet here. I'm just assuming we're correct. But let's make sure Mr. Schultz is getting these correct as well. Let me do a sanity check here. Let's see. Question number 2. Let's go selecting 1 and 2. All right. Let's see Mr. Schultz's answer key here. It's good podcasting. Yes, the correct answer for the first question was false. Brendan Jorgensen. and the 2024 Eastern Eagles. They declined their number 7 overall selection. He even has a fact in here, kind of a little sentence explanation, like he really is hosting a bar trivia. Love that. Okay, score is tied up at 2. Relatively simple question so far. Let's see what question 3 has in store for us. True or false? Every champion has had a winning regular season record. True or false? I think I have an answer for this one as well. Jack, do you agree?
I agree. I agree with you.
Sean, you locked in?
I'm locked in.
Okay. Jack and I are going to say false.
I'm saying false. 22 D-backs.
I think I agree with you, Sean. Let's check the answer sheet here. Survey says, a.k.a. Mr. Mark Schultz, false. The 2022 D-backs were 5 and 10. 5 and 10. Sean basically is just the human
That
answer
is
key.
crazy, dude. That is nuts, honestly.
SoFi Stadium.
I think they weren't even over 500 after the playoffs.
You might be correct. I think they might have either finished one game below 500 or exactly 500. Let's see.
I think they might
Sean,
have finished 12 and 12.
Sean, could you do this? Let's see. The NLDS, they beat the Eagles 2 out of 3.
2-1.
So that made them 7 and 11.
7-11.
Then they 2-1 to us.
9 and 12.
9 and 12. And then 3-0. 12 and 12?
12 and 12.
500
Yeah.
team World Series champ. That's actually pretty absurd. Okay. Score is tied 3-3. This might come down to one question. So far, not as tricky as I had possibly anticipated. I wonder how the folks at home are doing. Let's move into question 4. Question 4. Name the only champion to win 12 games in the regular season. Oh boy, here we go. This one's going to be tougher for myself. Name the only champion to win 12 games in the regular season. Let's give the folks at home about 10 seconds here as me and Jack deliberate back and forth. Jack looks perplexed from the seat of his chair, and he has the same guess as I. Okay. Let's go with it, Jack. Sean, you can start us off here.
Okay.
What do you have for this? The only champion to have 12 wins in a season. Exactly.
I'm saying 19 Preds, but they might have had 13.
Well, Jack and I's guess is also 19 Preds, so that's actually pretty incredible if we got this.
I'll take that.
Well, we
if
don't know
Sean
if it's
says
right.
it is, that's good enough for me.
Answer, 2019 Pacific Predators were 12 and 3. Wow, Jack, I am shocked we got that one. That was a shot in the dark a little bit.
That was a good pull.
That was a process of elimination one for me.
Was it?
That was the only way I got to the Preds because I was like, all right, we just talked about the D-backs. I know it wasn't the Magic. I didn't think it was the Eagles. And then what? Gators. So I just went with the Preds.
That's actually a lot smarter than what I did. I just thought back to that documentary and the graphic at the end that kind of showed all their improving records. And I remember their record being absurdly good when they won it all. It might have been 17 and 3. Was that what it was, Sean?
That sounds right. If they went 12 and 3, they swept the playoffs. Yeah,
I think, it's 17. So they were just so good that year.
That's unreal.
Yeah. Okay. Score is knotted up at 4. The fellas are rolling, feeling good heading into question 5. Question 5, we have, drum roll please. True or false? Every champion has had a winning or a 500 home record in the regular season. Oh boy. This is a toss-up. True or false? Every champion has had a 500 or better record in the regular season at home. Jack, your guess is as good as mine here, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I overrode you once, so if you want to override me here. Okay. Jack and I are going to say true.
I'm gonna say false just because road teams tend to do better in the playoffs.
See, he's got the analytics to back this up. He's got the
All right,
analytics.
here, you want to hear my analytics?
Yes.
My analytics was true because it was too specific of a question for it to be false.
The correct answer
It'll be
is
3 falses in a row too.
true. The 2022 D-backs were 4 and 4 at home. So what just happened? Did we just get a point there? We just took the lead?
You got the point.
5-4?
We just took the
Let's
lead.
go.
Come on.
Let's go.
On the override.
The underdog.
On the underdog override. Let's go.
Oh, man. People riding with Stat Sean are sweating right now. All right. 5-4. 5-4. This would be the upset of a lifetime. Question 6, coming at you live. True or false? No champion has gone undefeated at home during the regular season. Oh boy, these true and falses, man, are toss-ups. No champion has gone undefeated at home during the regular season. I guess it's my turn to override you, Jack, unless you feel confident. Again, the wording of the question is the wording of the question is no champion has gone undefeated at home during the regular season. So if you're saying true, that means no one's ever done it. If you're saying false, you're saying someone has been undefeated and won it all at home.
And this is since 18.
Correct. Okay, Jack and I have an answer. Sean, what do you got for us?
I'm saying true, but no confidence in this one.
We're saying false, and I'm assuming there's no confidence.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Jack did say Preds question mark, so there was some confidence.
Preds
in
would be
Jack's
the
voice.
most likely.
Yeah, 2019 Preds.
Okay, so we're saying false. Sean's saying true. This would be a tough break if we give the lead right back up. Correct answer is false. The Preds were 8-0 at home. Jack!
Ooh.
Jack, you are cruising right now.
Come
This is
on.
unbelievable.
What is
6-4.
happening?
I don't know. You got a huge brain, apparently.
I have not been. This is like, I've been so nervous for this podcast ever since Tommy said we're doing trivia. I'm like, I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to have a spot on this podcast after this.
Well, for the record, I feel like, Jack, we've kind of had 3 coin flip answers here, and we've gotten all 3 right.
That's
so
exactly what's happening.
our
That's
odds-
exactly
it's
what's
just-
happening, Tommy. But
This is like, sometimes, man, the house wins, and it's eventually it should flip back in your favor. But all right, right now, we're robbing the casino, Jack and I. We are up 6-4 on Stats Sean. Let's move into question 7. See if the hot streak can continue for the good guys here. Question 7. True or false? Again,
oh boy.
no champion has gone undefeated as a visitor during the regular season. No champion has gone undefeated as a visitor. True or false during the regular season? Jack, how many times can we coin flip in a row and hit tails every time? Jack and I are going to say true on this one, Sean. What do you got? No rush.
I am too. The only team that I think could have is the 21 D-backs. I don't think they did. I'm saying true.
They were a very good team. Okay, we're both aligned on true. Let's see what we got here. Question 7.
The true false. You'd think the true false would be easier because it's like a coin flip, but it's actually, it feels harder.
Wow, we should give Sean a bonus point here. The answer is true. We both get a point, so score is 7-5. Jack and Tom lead. But he has a comment here that the 21 D-backs were the best at 7-1. So Sean, props to you for
Wow.
actually knowing your information, not just flipping a coin. But they don't show that in the scorebook.
Well, hey, come on. I had Preds question mark on the last one.
You did. So
You
I
did.
guess
Come on.
we're kind of even there.
Come on.
Kind of even there. All right. 7-5. 7-5. Jack and Tom still clasping on to a slim lead. Question 8. Oh, we have a multiple choice question.
Whoa.
Finally.
Four championship teams had a similar winning streak during the regular season. How many games in a row did they win? Was it A, 4 games, B, 5 games, or C, 6 games? 4 championship teams in the modern era all had the same winning streak during the regular season. Was it A, 4 games, B, 5 games, or C, 6 games? Jack, I forget whose turn it is to overrule one another. I kind of like my answer for a weird reason.
I'm not confident. If you feel good about yours, you can go.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay, I locked in our answer. Sean, what do you got for us? Was it A, 4-game winning streak, B, a 5-game winning streak, or C, a 6-game winning streak?
I'll say 5. 6 seems too long. That's 2 series. And 4, I don't know.
Okay, we have 6 games. We locked in C. And my reasoning was, Jack, at least for the Mallard specifically, we've gone on a lot of like going undefeated in the second half. Like we win back-to-back series after the All-Star break. It's kind of we never won those. So maybe that was a horrible example. But that was why I said 6. Let's see what the answer key says for us here. That's a gut punch. It was 5 games. B. Sean takes it. Jack was right. It was the 24 Eagles, the 23 Magic, the 19 Preds, and the 18 Wildcats who did it twice in the same year. 8-7. Or sorry, 7-6? Yeah, 7-6.
7-6.
All right, Jack, that one's on me.
All good, Tom. Hey, we're a team, dog.
We're a team, I know, but it's tough. Trivia is a tough game. 7-6. Moving into question 9. We are humming along here. And the multiple choice was a good little switch up there, so I like that, Mr. Schultz. Question 9. Oh, similar question. Which team had the longest winning streak during the regular season? So are we to assume this is a champion, we think, because of the trivia being all champion-based? And it just says which team had the longest winning streak. It doesn't say to name a specific number. It's just which team had the longest winning streak during the regular season. Really good podcasting here. I forget we're on air. PB, you can cut some of these silences. You can leave. PB, you can leave in that comment so they know that we are thinking about these. There's some dead silences. You can definitely cut them and shorten
right
them.
now, when the silence is happening, what's happening is I'm finger pecking over here on my keyboard on my laptop, and Tommy and I are trying to come up with an answer.
Oh, Jack, I see what you're saying, but do you understand my logic in terms of my counter argument?
No, I don't. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I can, sir. Which team had the longest winning streak during the regular season? And again, I'm kind of assuming he means...
So it doesn't have to be a champion.
Well, I kind of think it does. What's your take on this, Sean?
I think it does.
I think it does, too. I think it means on a championship run.
How?
Because this trivia is titled like World Series Champion Modern Era Trivia.
Oh, okay.
So I think it is which champion had the longest winning streak during the regular season. And if that ends up not being true, we'll throw this question out. But let's say which champion had the longest winning streak.
Okay. Well, I think that definitely would change my answer.
I think I have. Jack, I just put something in the chat I want you to take a peek at.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah? Okay, we're going to say the 2023 Magic.
I said 19 Preds again.
Oh, I was thinking about that.
That probably makes sense.
That probably does make a lot of sense. But it'd be a curveball for it to be the Magic, so we'll see.
It would be a curveball.
It would.
Question 9. It is the 2020 Gators that won 7 in a row. We were all wrong. No points scored on that one. I'm curious as to what those other winning streaks were.
7 in a row. That's crazy.
7 in a row.
So
Wait.
Sean is thinking very hard right now.
Yeah, they won games 2 and 3 against the Wildcats.
And then swept twice in a row.
Mallards. And then 1 and 2 against the Preds.
So we think it was games like 2 through 8 of the regular season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy that you can just remember the series like that.
This is why we're underdogs, Jack.
I was assuming back-to-back sweep.
I mean, we're up against like
he's the human answer key.
This is Hall of Fame.
He's the human answer key.
Yeah.
All right, so we're 9 questions in. The score is 7-6, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. No blood there.
No blood. Okay. Question 10 coming at you, folks. Question 10. Which champion team had the longest losing streak during the regular season? I think there's an answer that comes to mind, but it could be a trick question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, maybe he set that last one up to be the Preds. Yeah, I like what you just said, Tom.
I think I do. I think I like that a lot.
I like that answer. I like that a lot.
Okay, Sean, you're up first here. Sean, tell me which team had the longest losing streak in the regular season that ended up winning it all?
I'll say 22 D-backs. I think they lost 5 in a row.
Oh, Jack, if we lose this question, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, this is so bad. You're just like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
We're going with the 2020 Gators. I think they went on a skid.
Oh,
Where Jordy missed a series.
yes, you're right. They lost 6 in a row.
Oh, this would be such a massive win right here, Jack. Question 10, answer key. 2020 Gators lost 6 in a row. Let's go.
Let's go. Good call, Tom.
Oh,
that was all Tom.
Mr. Schultz.
That was all Tom.
That was just thinking, and I'm getting inside Mr. Schultz's head. I'm like, that'd be a perfect question to tee up with longest winning streak and then longest losing streak right after.
Yep.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I think they eliminated. Here's a fact. I think the last series of that year, they eliminated the Mallards by the Eagles beat them twice in a row, and then they had a perfect game.
Yes.
I think, right?
Yeah, against Josh Lucier.
Yes, Chris Cheatham PG in game 15 of the season. So they won the first game, or they lost the first game of the season. Then they won 7 in a row. Then they lost 6 in a row, and then they won 1. That was their season.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What a campaign from the rookie young Gators team. Brennan's are like masterclass. All right, so Jack, that's a point for us. So we're 8-6 through 10.
That's huge. That's huge, Tom. Massive.
Yeah,
Massive for the boys.
I agree. I'm feeling good. I think we should maybe do 10 more questions. Maybe save the last 12 for a special occasion. What do we think?
I think we should keep going. They're starting to get harder. I think Mark's finally starting to get in his bag here a little bit.
You want to play to 20?
Yeah, these are really good.
Play, not 220.
Yeah,
But play 20. Through 20 questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Or would it be lame if we clinch, though? We could just say first one to X amount of points wins.
That might take a while.
If they get really hard.
Yeah, or depending on what we set it at.
Well, I was going to say maybe first one to
How
17.
many questions are you through? 10?
10, yeah.
You're through 10?
And it's 8-6, the score.
Let's do 5 more. See where we're at.
Okay. Let's just go to 20. How about that?
Okay.
Let's just go to 20. Make it easier. All right. We're keeping on chugging. Folks at home, do we think anybody at home is 10 for 10? I'm going to say no. The fact that Sean is not 10 for 10 or not even close to 10 for 10 makes me think no.
There's no way that someone got all those true or false right.
Yeah, that's what would kill people, I think.
Yeah, they might have really, really got all, like the multiple choice ones and the specific ones right if they remembered or they were a Gators fan maybe, but
who knows?
The true false were difficult.
Well, as we make the turn here onto the back 10, we're going right back to true or false. True or false, every champion swept at least one opponent during the year. Now, does that mean regular season only, or does that mean regular season and postseason? True or false, every champion swept at least one opponent during the year. I'm going to guess he means regular season. What do you think, Sean?
I think he does.
Jack, how you feeling about that answer?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was going to be my answer.
Sean, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Jack and myself are going to say false. The 2022 D-backs did not sweep an opponent.
Yeah, they didn't, and I don't remember if the 18 Wildcats did. They probably did.
Okay. Well, let's go take a look at the answer key. We're both saying false, right?
Right.
Yep.
False. It just says the 2022 D-backs did not sweep any teams in the regular season. So, Cats I can't speak to, but
nice.
A point for each side, making the score 9-7. As we move in to question 12.
Good job, fellas.
Great job, everybody. Question 12. True or false, a championship team has never been swept in a regular season series. True or false, a championship team has never been swept in a regular season series.
This is a great podcast.
Well, PB's going to cut the dead air. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
It might be a shorter episode for the listeners.
This is so funny.
It might be the shorter episode for the listeners because they're hearing more dead air, but this is taking us a while to get through. All right, Jack and I are a little undecided. Question again is, true or false, a championship team has never been swept in a regular season series. I'm going to say Jack, I think we agree. We're going to go with false.
Yes.
We're going to go with false. We think the D-backs may have gotten swept, or possibly the Magic in 23. Jack played on that team, and even he doesn't know. So
I cannot remember if we. I could have sworn we got swept on our first series of the year.
No, dude. The Gators beat you like 8-0, and then you beat them twice in a row.
Oh, that's right. That's what happened.
Okay, we said false. What's your answer,
You're
Sean?
totally right.
This one's false. The Mallards swept the D-backs. I think the Preds swept the Cats, and the Gators got swept without Jorgensen.
Wow, so this is a whole lot
right.
of false. Whole lot of false, it sounds like. Let's see if Sean is correct on all those. False. The 2020 Gators were swept by the D-backs, and the 2022 D-backs were swept by the Mallards. So you're right there, Sean.
Nice.
You're right there. Okay, point for each, though. So what's that bring us to a total now, fellas? 10-8?
10-8.
10-8.
Yeah, you're up 2.
10-8.
Yep.
All right, 10-8 score. Let's move on to question 13. And here it is. Only one championship team has averaged over 5+ runs scored a game. Which team was it? Oh, man. One team averaged over 5 runs a game. Which team was it?
This one's really
any
hard.
thoughts, Jack, or you got nothing?
I'm good with either that or this. What I just sent you. What do you think? I'm fine with either because I really don't know.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna lock in. Well, Jack, we did go my way last time, didn't we?
We did.
It's kind of your turn to overrule me. Okay. Locking it in an answer. What?
Okay. Just lock it in. Lock it in.
Locked it in. Locked it in. All right,
Okay.
Sean, what do you got for us? Which team averaged over 5 runs a game?
I really have no idea. 18 Cats seems like the highest scoring year.
Okay. Jack and I had the 24 Eagles. I don't love our chances here. The answer is the 2018 Wildcats. They scored 92 runs and averaged 6.13 per game. Sean Huff, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Huff. Big time play.
That is disgusting. How many
Big time
games?
play right there.
How many games did they have that were like over like 10 runs or something? Like, did they have like a couple just like blowout games that year? Because averaging 6 runs it seems like insane.
I think they might have scored like 23 off Austin Ford or something.
So who was that?
Okay, that sounds right.
Who was that roster? Kyle Schultz, Ryan Kelly, Zach Purock. That was the team scoring 7 runs a game?
And Zerlag for a little bit.
That's absurd.
Zerlag played
I know.
on the Wildcats?
You know what? I remember Purock hitting a lot of grand slams that year.
Well, it was just Ryan Kelly getting on base every time, never swinging the bat, and then Kyle getting a hit every time, bringing Ryan around wherever he was on the base path after getting walked like 2 or 3 times in the same inning. So yeah, I could see it. I could see it now. And then yeah, you throw in a game there where they put up 20+ runs, then yeah, you could get to 6.
2018 Eagles scored 6.13 runs a game. That's absurd. And that makes
the Cats.
Sorry, what did I say? Sorry.
The Eagles.
2018 Wildcats scored 6 runs a game. That is absurd. And that makes our score 10-9,
crazy.
I believe. 10-9. Moving
Before they even had Sailor.
Before they even had Sailor.
Yeah, true.
Purock hit some clutch home runs with guys on base that year. Question 14. Which championship team scored only 24 runs? They averaged 1.6 runs per game during the regular season, and they were shut out 3 times.
Every time I'm laughing while we're thinking is just me instantly typing an answer and then Tommy instantly typing an answer and them both being different. That's what gets it. Probably Tommy.
I think I have a good. I think I have a good counter argument to what you just said, though.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong, but
it's my turn to overrule you.
You're definitely not wrong. Okay, go ahead. The possession arrow is pointing to Tommy.
It is. All right, we're locked in an answer. We're going with the 22 D-backs.
I'm going 20 Gators.
Oh, 20 Gators. I wasn't even thinking that. Jack and I were debating between Magic and Gators. I told Jack that
I
they
did
scored way
Gators
too many
because it was the
runs.
Speedgate year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they beat us
Wait,
like
say that
1-0 3 times, didn't they?
Yeah, because it was the Speedgate year.
Oh.
No one was putting up like 15 in any games.
That's a very good logic. We might have a tie ball game on our hands here.
Oh, no.
We might have just absolutely
Oh, my gosh.
choked this one, Duke Blue Devil style. Correct answer is 20 Gators.
Oh,
And we are,
no.
just like that, we are knotted up at 10 with 6 questions to go.
Oh, my gosh.
I forgot
was
about the
terrible.
Speedgate.
Dude, these
I
are
forgot
getting
about the
harder. These are
Speedgate.
getting
They
harder.
are getting way harder. All right.
Yeah, these are ones that
game.
you can't know. You have to just figure it out.
Hey, Jack, if you would have told me 14 questions deep, we're tied up, I'd take that.
That's true.
Take that
That's
all day.
true. That's true. That is true.
Let's not get too down on ourselves. Let's play some fundamental ball. Let's stay in this thing to the end.
Very true.
All we can ask for
I like where your head's
is to
at.
be in it at the end. That's all we can ask for.
Just give us a shot.
Give us a shot. Give ourselves a shot to compete with under 2 minutes to go. Question 15.
Yes, sir.
Which championship team threw 9 shutouts during the regular season, including 5 in a row? Which championship team threw 9 shutouts during the regular season, including 5 in a row? Once again, Jack and I are split decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I see what you're saying. Could be.
That's your possession arrow points to you.
Could be.
Again, the question was...
Let's go with mine. Let's go with mine.
Which championship team threw 9 shutouts during the regular season, including 5 in a row? We are going with the 23 Magic.
I'm going 20 Gators again.
Oh my gosh, no. No, that was the other one we were debating. No.
No, I was debating 19 Creds because Cratch pitched every game.
23 Magic! Oh,
let's go! Let's go!
There's no
Let's
explanation.
Go.
It just says 2023 Magic. That's all it has.
Let's go. So that's so funny that, Sean, because you said Ryan pitched every game, because when I typed in the chat Magic, and Tommy's response was that RJ didn't pitch every game. But that was also Trevor's best year on the mound.
Well, I'm trying to think of when
And
those
I just remember always not putting up that many runs, but we won a lot of games. So
you know what it probably was? I think what it was games 2 through 7 or 2 through like 6 of the year. I think
2 through 6.
It was RJ, and then probably Trevor RJ.
Oh yeah,
Because RJ didn't pitch game 1. It was Grant Miller.
A no-hitter.
yeah, yep.
Against the Preds in the rain. I'm pretty sure the Preds didn't score any runs. Am I correct?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Wow, Jack. All right.
Sounds right.
Jack, we're back. Just
Come
like
on,
that.
we were so back.
15
We were so back. The Magic had to be on there at some point.
15 questions.
I'm glad
deep.
I got that one.
11-10. Jack and Tom lead. Question 16 coming at you. This is coming down to the wire. True or false? Every championship team was shut out at least once during the regular season. Toss up. Absolute toss up. True or false?
Yeah,
every
absolute
championship
toss-up.
team was shut out at least once during the regular season. Jack and I are. It's my possession arrow.
It's your possession. It's your possession.
Okay, Sean's answer first. We're locked in on we're locked in the chat.
On your answer, yeah.
We're locked in. Okay, go ahead, Sean.
It feels like it should be true.
So you went true?
I did.
We went false. Jack's cringing. Correct answer is false. And I was exactly right.
Oh,
The 2018
yes.
Wildcats were not shut out in a loss. I feel like shutouts were so much less common back then. It was so many
I thought
runs.
Kratz shut them out his first series with the Preds.
Wow.
Maybe he didn't. You'd have to fact check it. Fact check it.
That was big.
That's actually so big. So now it's 12
That's
to 10.
huge.
Big for the boys.
All right, 4 questions left. 2-question lead. This would truly be a Duke Blue Devils choke job here. All right. True or false, a championship team True or false? A championship team has never gave up 17 or more runs in a regular season game. I have a lot of thoughts on this one. I know where Mr. Schultz is trying to get me to think, and I know what he wants me to think about, and I just don't know if I'm thinking about it correctly. Because there was a team, and I think I'm okay saying this because I know Sean's thinking the same thing. There was a team that got shelled twice in the regular season, and I don't recall how many runs were actually scored in those games. There was a lot.
I'm trying to remember how many runs it was.
Yeah, me too.
Where did he draw the line?
17.
Okay.
A championship team has never gave up 17 or more runs.
Yeah, it's a very specific question. Oh my gosh, we've literally flip-flopped. We've each flip-flopped now once in the chat. Go with that, because that was my initial guess. Tom.
Is it our turn to share our answer first?
I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
But
Sean, are you locked in, Sean?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
He's locked in.
We're going to say false. I think the Gators gave up 17 when Jordy wasn't there.
See, I'm saying true because I think it was only like 15.
Okay, so we had the same logic. Jack, this would be like a clinching question pretty much if we got this right.
This is massive.
This is
where the game is being decided.
Answer is true. The Gators give up 16 runs in a game, and that is the most. Dude, that was such a tough question because I knew exactly.
The line was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both went to the same game.
Yep.
16 is a lot of runs.
16 runs. Well, the Cobras also put up like 13 on them on opening day or something like that. I don't remember how many it was. Might have even been 14. It went to extra innings, scored like 12 to 12.
I think it was
11. 11 to 11. It was something nuts.
We need more games like that.
Yeah, that was nuts. We juiced the balls back then.
I would appreciate it if there's not games like that. No, because I do my...
you're scoring
I
them?
type out a log of every game.
Yeah.
You type out a what?
I type out a log of every game.
That's how he gets his stats, Jack.
Yeah,
that's why he stats Sean.
Yeah.
You're just saying those games, like, they take longer when there's that many runs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much longer to score. So I know we're up by 1, Jack. Is it 12 to 11 now? Is that correct, Sean?
It was 13-12. I don't know.
I don't remember. PB's got the graphic up.
Well, okay, so we're up by 1 point with 4 questions.
You're up 1.
We're up by one.
We're up 1.
Questions 18, 19, and 20 to go. So 3 questions left. We're up by 1. Only one championship team had a batting average over 300 in the regular season. Which one was it? Oof. One team had a batting average over 300 in the regular season. Which one was it? 300 is a high number. That is
300 is really high.
That's extremely high for a team. Extremely high.
Again, the question is only one team did this. Which was it?
Yeah.
I have 3 candidates in mind. Jack has a single candidate in mind. I guess we'll go with we are a team, Jack. Position arrows on you.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel okay about it. Okay, Sean, you answer first. We're locked in on Jack's answer.
Okay, we're locked.
18 Cats because they scored 1 million runs.
18 Cats is also our answer. I'm thinking Ryan Kelly walked a lot. Purok and Schultz both hit pretty good.
Yeah, Kyle could have just hit 600.
I was gonna say, I think that year, did I have a really good batting average that year? Maybe it was the year before that.
18 Cats batted at 353 in 2018.
There was a year you hit like 450.
There was a year I had a really good batting average, and I was gonna say I think Kyle was definitely up there, right behind me.
I think it was that year because that was the farther mound. Everyone had a high average.
Yeah, I think it was 2018.
All right. Jack and I still hold a 1 point lead heading with 2 questions to go. So Sean would need to go 2 for 2 and Jack and I 0 for 2 for us to actually blow this out right. This would be...
Oh, boy.
I just teed it up for a choke.
So it all comes down. This question could decide it.
Multiple choice, too. Which one of these 3 teams hit less than 22 home runs during the regular season? The 24 Eagles, the 21 D-backs, or the 2018 Wildcats? Which one of these three championship teams hit less than 22 home runs during the regular season? The 24 Eagles, the 21 D-backs, the 2018 Cats.
The 22 or 21 D-backs?
21 D-backs. 24 Eagles, 21 D-backs, 2018 Cats.
And it's less than 22 home runs?
Less than 22 home runs. See, I bet you Sean's
Okay.
devious little mind is like going through each player's totals.
I thought the D-backs won in 22.
They won back to back, bro. It was a dynasty.
They're back to back.
Oh yeah, duh. What am I doing? Baby brain. There's your.
We're up by one in this trivia game somehow.
Baby brain segment for the year. Yeah, and we're up by one.
Jack, I have a suggestion in the chat. If you didn't notice.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Okay, we're gonna go 24 Eagles.
I did too.
Okay, excellent. That's good news for us.
That's good.
All we gotta do is match his answers, and we're golden.
Exactly. I don't even think they got close.
I don't think so either. They only hit 14 home runs.
Feels like a
They only hit
lot.
14 home
22
runs.
so high.
Yeah, 22 this day and age is tough unless you have Ryan Kratz in your team. Eagles hit 14 home runs this year.
So the 21 D-backs and the 2018 Cats
both hit that.
How many home runs did they have? That's crazy.
Man, I bet you Kyle had double digits that year. And then
and North had double digits.
Yeah, they had like 11 or 12 each. So,
and Shima might have had like 6 for
Shima
that.
probably had at least 5, but your Jonah had 5 or 6.
How many did Kratch have last year?
Like 12, didn't he?
12?
It was a ton. Like I led the league in home runs 2 years ago.
Can I just get one?
I led the league in home run 2 years ago with 5, right? Or 6.
12 is disgusting, dude. That's insane.
It's insane. All right, so Jack and I are up by 1. 1 question to go. Sean can still force overtime and go into a 1-question sudden death.
Oh,
here we go, Jack.
Man, oh, man.
For all the marbles.
I feel like you have to throw for drama now.
True or false? A championship team has never struck out 100 times in the regular season. True or false? A championship team has never struck out 100 times in the regular season.
I'm gonna need to think about this one.
He's like got his eyes closed and he's crunching numbers in that brain of his. I can see it.
100's a lot. I know there's got to be some close.
100's a lot, but I kind of know in my head like the number of like the strikeout leaders of pitchers these days, and they only pitch 2/3 of the games. So
yeah,
it's kind of where my head's at.
Okay, I think I'm locked in.
We're locked in too. We're gonna say false. Someone did strike out 100 times.
Yeah, I think the D-backs did, but yeah, false. I think the D-backs into me too.
So we're matched.
Oh,
so
that would
clinch it for
neither
us.
of those teams were our guesses, but that actually is a good guess. So I wonder.
Wow.
I wonder who it is if it's false. It's true.
The answer's false. And Jack, we were 0 for 2. It's the 22 D-backs and the 21 D-backs each struck out over 100 times.
Whoa,
that's kind of crazy.
So they
Heath
struck
does strike out a lot, but
they struck out over 100 times and hit over 22 home runs.
Yes,
that's crazy.
That's like my stat line a couple years ago. Well, Jack,
I wouldn't have thought 21 because North was batting so much.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Schultz said. Again, I'm not really fact checking his answer key, but this is what the answer key says, and I do trust it wholeheartedly.
Oh, absolutely.
Fellas, we're being humble, Jack. That might be the upset of a lifetime. What we just pulled off right there.
That was really good. I mean, I'm shocked that it was that competitive. If I'm being honest,
I am too. Those true or falses. I feel like we got kind of lucky tonight a lot. Like I should go buy a lottery ticket.
We got a little bit lucky. I don't know if it was before you had come back. You were taking a break there, but Sean and I were talking about the art of test taking and how there definitely is almost strategy in just like taking a test. Like even
100%.
If you don't know the answer. So sometimes if you're just a good test taker, you can kind of get lucky with that kind of stuff. So I think we did get lucky a little bit in the beginning.
The
But
poll,
hey, sometimes it's better be lucky than good.
the poll that I was definitely lucky at times. Jack, we kind of went 50-50 on our answers, and I feel like we did pretty good there. The poll I was lucky on myself was the Gators losing streak poll. I'm proud of that one.
That was impressive.
I'm proud of that one.
Yeah.
It's a weird season.
I like
Remember
that.
COVID year.
I think the magic shutout stat was, I mean, that decided the trivia game right there. That decided it.
Well done, Jack. Well done.
Appreciate it. Good job, partner. Good job, partner.
Yeah, and great job to Sean too. Folks at home, thanks for playing along. That was a lot of fun. And we still have 12 questions in the tank. So, Sean, maybe before the regular season starts, we're running out of time, but we should run this back, see if you can get a little revenge on us. And then the sudden death will be the Waffle House Challenge.
I said to Jack before you got on the second Zoom that if I wasn't good enough, maybe you guys have to face Fuzzy Frank.
Fuzzy Frank. I miss that guy. I miss the sound of his sweet voice.
Miss Frank. We got to get him back on.
Got to get him back on. We're trying. Shedball, I will say a little free plug here. Shedball is cooking. He's working on so many. The creator of Fuzzy Frank, Tim, has been grinding. He's been texting me, so there's stuff in the works there. But anyways, Sean, thank you for coming on last second notice, playing some trivia with us. It was a lot of fun. I would love to do this in the future. I think maybe I'd accept more trivia from Mr. Schultz. I'd accept trivia from fans. Maybe even some non-MLW trivia. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. Become a trivia podcast.
I'd love to host just a regular bar trivia for you guys.
That would be a fun pod, Sean, where like one day I get on, like I try to get on a little cast of characters, maybe 5 MLW guys, and we all just play trivia in the chat on the Zoom, and you keep score for all of us, and we see who does the best.
I've got my money on Dan. I know he knows history.
Yeah, I would get cooked, but maybe if Jack and I team up, our luck and passion will carry us to victory.
Luck and passion, baby.
Luck and passion.
That's another t-shirt. Let's put that on a t-shirt.
Packed action, luck and passion. It's a rhyme.
Packed action, luck and passion. Can't put a price on a good time. I mean, these are just fantastic t-shirts.
Yeah, we got a lot of good ones. We could launch a little merch line, but all right. Well, that took longer than I thought. About a full hour. A lot of dead space in there, but Sean, again, I'll let you go. Thank you for playing along with us. Again, opening day is less than a month away. Wouldn't mind maybe hearing your thoughts on the draft. Maybe we get you on after Slate 1 to you can gauge the talent that way, but we'll definitely have to have you on here in the coming weeks.
I have, when we stop recording, I actually had an idea for that I wanted to tell you about.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Let me give you
Perfect.
let me give you a call this evening if you're okay with that. Actually, we can kind of wrap up, Jack. You good to go?
Yeah,
You got
absolutely.
any baby brain stories you wanted to share?
We can save them. I'll just keep stacking them. We can save them. I know it's been a long pod. I did give you a baby brain in there
Yeah,
already.
baby brain
Forgot
moment.
that the Diamondbacks
Sure.
went back to back, so that was just a freebie for you guys.
Oh,
but
freebie.
no, I'm they're out there for sure. When we have a podcast that isn't the full trivia hour long, and we gotta make up some time with some segments, we'll plug that in.
I feel like we need to have. I don't know if the fans like it, but I know I like it. We need to have a little like catch-up pod with our baby brain stories, our whiffs. Like we're just behind on our personal time, Jack.
No, that's fair. We'll get it in. We'll get it in.
We'll get it in. But
We had to do the trivia. I thought was a great idea.
yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I actually was proud of our knowledge. We got lucky a couple times, and I'm just curious for the feedback from the fans. So I'll be tuned into the comment section this week when the video drops. Definitely let us know what you thought. And that's a wrap on this one. Next week, maybe Sawyer Bean. We will definitely be talking next week about the documentary dropping this Friday on the MLW Wiffle Ball channel about the Eastern Eagles campaign last year. I know Kyle has put a ton
About
of
the
effort.
Magic 23.
Sorry, not sorry. No comment. Kyle has put about 7 weeks of editing into this thing. We were just talking about it. He's super excited for the fans to get to experience what he has put his hard work into these last 2 months. So definitely tune into that before next week's pod. We'll break it down with Kyle and probably a few of the Eagles players as well to sort of relive their journey. So thank you all for listening. We will see you all next week.